Hello everyone, this is Mastori, and hey guys, it's me Kaze, and today we have finally made it to 2026. Yes, we made it to 2026 already. Because, we already know 2025 was a wild year, so we're expecting more things that's going to happen in 2026. To make up for this, we're gonna be doing something a little different. This is basically just technically this was inspired by another YouTuber we watched who did something similar to this, but we're doing our own take of this. So, anyways, what is this video in particular going to be on? Well, technically, since today is already the new year and we have a bunch of plans for 2026, why not me and Kaze were talking about it, and we felt like, you know what? Why don't we do a New Year's resolutions video? Since some of our pals have done it, and we never done it. So I mean, we did the year in review on New Year's Eve, but we never did a New Year's resolutions video. So, anyways, this is like our first time doing it. So this is gonna be our New Year's resolutions for 2026. But anyways, so while me and Kaze were talking about our 2026 New Year's resolutions, we thought of the idea of telling it to you guys in video form. We were gonna do this in a community post form, but we're gonna do an entire video on it. So we're just gonna go over our 2026 New Year's resolutions and talk about future plans for our series and talk about some new series that we might end up doing, as well as a few announcements. But anyways, yeah. So basically, we sum this all up for a preload, and now we're going to talk about our New Year's resolutions. So we're going to get this show on the road already. All right. So our first resolution is not about the main series though. It's about our first resolution is about big projects. Now, we have never done anything big for the channel before, so basically, from what we remember, if we if we work on big projects, we have to put most of our series on hiatus, on a small hiatus, or take a break from them. But big projects, we never did any of them. So, and I don't think we have plans to do any big projects this year. So, to top it all off, we're not going to do anything big this year. There's no big projects that we're going to do this year, unless something comes out of nowhere. A special project comes out of nowhere, which probably won't. So yeah, so practically we're not going to do anything big this year. So anyways, why don't we just move on from that, and then we'll talk about our second resolution. So, our first main resolution is towards Onion gameplay. So, throughout the past year, Onion gameplay was on a long hiatus because I was busy with personal life. But then when it finally returned in June, it received massive upgrades, like a new logo, which is the one you're seeing on the screen, and yeah, we did that series off and on throughout the entirety of throughout the second half of 2025. There were no gameplays during the beginning half of 2025 because of its hiatus. And yeah, basically for the whole year, we have a lot planned for the series this year. Of course, we have all the Let's Plays, we have all the one-offs. We plan on doing another round and for other games that we haven't done yet. But one thing we do plan on doing, just for the craps and giggles, we plan on doing another round of 44 Party. Yes, yeah. You guys remember when we played 44 Party on the channel like 2 years ago? That game was it was really worth a point of enjoyment. It was like a minute worth of enjoyment, as we didn't properly, but the reason why we didn't do it right is that we only did the practice modes, and that we weren't playing the game right. Because the party mode was only restricted to multiplayer, and we're gonna try and figure. And for round 2, we're gonna try and figure something out and how I'm doing multiplayer for the game. Can't do like we can't do like bots or anything. We might have to try net play for this. But if we ever consider doing another round of 44 party, we might end up doing that. So, but we don't know when. But we don't plan on going back to 44 party anytime soon. But yeah, that is gonna take some time to release. Anyway, second resolution is how many Let's Plays are gonna come out this year. Me and Kaze have planned 6 Let's Plays, or maybe 8. Bunch of Let's Plays are gonna come out off and on because we tend to do those a lot, and but most of the time we tend to do one-offs. But if y'all remember, we attempted to do a Nicktoons Unite Let's Play back in 2024 before the series went on its a year-long hiatus. But for Nicktoons Unite, we actually might end up going back to that game because I think we still have our save file on there. But if we ever consider going back to that, we might end up privating the other Let's Play and might start from scratch again. The version we might play is probably going to be the GameCube version they're at this time around, because I don't know. We did the PS2 version for our last Let's Play, but I think we're going to do the GameCube version if we ever go back to doing Nicktoons Unite, which probably will be very soon. But if we do that very soon, we might have to start all over. And if we start all over, we might have to, I don't know, probably delete or private the other video, the outdated Let's Play. But who knows? We might end up going back to Nicktoons Unite since we want to cover the entire Nicktoons Unite trilogy. We want to do the entire trilogy for this series. So that's one of the Let's Plays we have planned for this year. Other Let's Plays we have planned for this year, we have specifically planned, but we're gonna have to, but we're gonna keep that secret for until later on. So, anyways, our next resolution for Onion Gameplay is that if you have seen the year in review video, we have a special episode planned. And yes, the special episode, if you saw the year in review, is the crossover episode. And it's gonna be a big crossover. From what we have planned for it, we wanted to do a crossover with the Boomerang Plus TV Tooniverse and the Jack and Jim pals. And yeah, basically the crossover episode is gonna be the Onion Gameplay crossover with the Boomerang Plus TV Tooniverse and the Jack and Jim universe. So Alligator Sauce and Inkbee, they're gonna, if you're all watching this, you guys are gonna be featured in this crossover since you guys are friends of mine. And yes, they are friends of mine. So yeah, I don't know when we're gonna start doing that. We did say we were going to release it in February, but we don't know when that is actually gonna happen since Reborn has been getting in our minds lately. Speaking of Reborn, if you haven't checked my Discord server, the Cubo Reborn is going to be on a small hiatus for like 2 weeks since we have a lot of projects planned for this year. So, if you're wondering why there's going to be no Cubo Reborn streams, that explains why. Because we have a lot planned for this year. But it will come back in like the end of January. But Cubo Reborn will come back in like the end of January, and then it will keep going on for like hiatus every once in a while. And of course, one of the reasons for the hiatus is because of the Onion Gameplay crossover that's planned. So, anyways, the Onion Gameplay crossover is going to happen eventually. We just don't know. It is speculated to come out in either February or March. But yeah. The special episode of Onion Gameplay, it will be in the works eventually soon. But anyways, so yeah, our next update is towards annual events. Yes, Onion Gameplay is going to have annual events from now on. So basically, December is always Christmas, and December we celebrate holiday festivities. So basically, for this year, we're gonna do the Onion gameplay holiday games for December every year, where we do various rounds of our favorite games, and we play a couple of Christmas games every year. But there's like a ton of those out there. Speaking of which, how did you enjoy your Christmas? I surely had a fun time. So, yeah, Onion Gameplay is gonna have like annual events like the holiday games for December. But one big thing we're gonna do every year is that it's probably gonna be a one-off event, but might be we might end up doing random cuteness games month, which is probably gonna happen in like July or August. So basically, if we come across a very different cute game, if we want to try out, we probably don't have a lot of plans for that since we are open to suggestions to that. But let it be known, this is not a request form. We don't accept requests. We only take suggestions for things, but we don't accept requests. We have been getting a lot of requests lately, but how many times do I have to tell you guys, do not request anything? Because you're not allowed to request anything. It always gets on my nerves. But I'm getting off track right here. So, basically this August will be Cute Game Month, where we play some cutesy games, featuring little critters, little monsters, basically all you can think of. We don't have a lot planned for that month. We don't have a lot of games planned for that month, so, yeah, bear with me on that side. But anyways, on to our next update, and probably going to be our last Onion Gameplay update for the resolutions of this year. And that is the Onion Gameplay Hangouts series. Now, if you recall, back on their Discord server, we initially announced the Onion Gameplay Hangouts series, which was gonna be a Discord thing. When we were gonna record, that was gonna be like the Boomerang Plus TV Hangouts. I mean, the Boomerang Plus TV Arcade Hangouts, where we collab with another person and then we do it, and do it on a Discord call. Well, I hate to address this, but I hate to say this, but we have quietly canceled. We have quietly decided to not do this series because it would probably take some time, and it would probably be like another reboard situation where like it would take up a lot of our time, and yeah, basically we now have no plans to start this series. Basically, if you remember the announcement back on our Discord server, we had plans for it, but if you're watching this right now, we have decided to not do this series. So basically, this announcement is just practically a wasted announcement since we're not doing this series now, and we're just gonna do the regular Onion Gameplay series. We'll occasionally do collabs, like collab with another person for Onion Gameplay, but that would practically be it. But anyways, Onion Gameplay Hangouts is officially canceled, so yeah. But anyways, moving on. Our next announcement is towards the Crazy Storytime series. Now, we did we did 3 Crazy Storytimes last year. And basically, there wasn't one in December because Reborn was getting in the way. So, basically this year, our goal was to release basically last year we only did 3 since I started the series towards the end of the year. And basically for this series, I honestly wanted to do basically for the goal for this year is probably do 4 or 6 episodes this year. I might even do 7 if I have the time for that. Yeah. Basically, it has been pretty lacking for this series lately. Crazy Storytime has been pretty lacking lately, as I have been very busy with Cuba Reborn, and it's been getting in my way and been getting on my nerves lately. and people have been alerting me to watch the Reborn streams. But let it be known, I will be taking a break from watching Reborn streams to focus on my YouTube channel. Basically, I said earlier that I would be focusing more on Onion gameplay, and basically, crazy story time is going to be more important for this year. I might do like 5 crazy story time videos this year. As the last one I did was on Llama Drama from Jimmy Neutron, and our next, but I won't tell you what the next crazy story time is going to be. But I think I might do it in February or March. I might do it sometime either around that point. But yeah. Great. The next episode of Crazy Storytime will be in the works eventually. So, and believe it or not, the next episode is going to be episode 4. And, yeah, we only did 3 episodes last year, and, our goal is to make 5 episodes this year. So, we might even do 6. Maybe I might do 6 episodes this year. And basically, towards the end of the year, we will end up having we would be on episode 10 if we do 6, and episode 9 if we do 5. Well, it really depends on the time frame, but yeah. Onion Master's Crazy Story Time will be back eventually, but it might be either in February or March, since we will be pretty busy with personal life. So, anyways, that is practically going to be the updates for Crazy Storytime. And now our next update is towards a series we haven't even started yet, and that is the Onion Mastery Unboxing Series. Yes! We promised to start this series last year, but we never did it. Early because we have been pretty busy with other things, and it's probably one reason why. We have been busy with various things. But for the unboxing series, we have been promising to start this series like last year, but we never did so. Mainly because, like I said earlier, we were busy with other things. Onion gameplay has been getting in the way. Crazy Storytime got in the way, and the Reborn stuff got in the way, of course. But anyways, we do have plans to start the unboxing series this year. And we don't know when we don't know when we're gonna start this series, but we have plans to do it eventually. Oh yeah, if you're wondering about the old unboxing shorts I did, I kind of want to stop making those. I actually deleted them. I actually deleted and to tell the truth, I actually deleted the old shorts. Besides the Felicia Blue PSP unboxing, since that was the one I actually tolerated. And since the Felicia Blue PSP unboxing was actually scripted, the shorts were not well scripted. Basically, for the unboxing series, it will be well scripted and like promised. So we promised to do well scripted unboxings. Might do multiple boxings like how Mike's Toon Down does it. Like he opens multiple packages or one package. But to tell the whole thing, this is gonna be an off and on series. We do there might be 2 or 1 or maybe even 3 this year. And if we're lucky enough, we might even do a 4th one. But main goal for this year is put out 2 or 3 of these. We might pull out 2 or 3 of these. We might even pull a 4th one if we're actually lucky enough. But anyways, that is all for the announcements for the unboxing series. And our next announcement is towards the main Toon World universe. Basically, if you don't know, we did the Toon World ever since we started Onion Gameplay back in 2024. Was it 2023 when we started it? Let me just check real quick. Yeah, it was 2024. It was because the series began in very early 2024, and we didn't know what we were doing at that point. When we started the series back in early 2024, we really didn't know what we were doing. we really didn't know what we were doing since I was still testing out characters. Most of the characters you saw in the old thumbnails, we really didn't use them, and they were like they were just there. They were just like there on the thumbnail. They practically became like useless characters, and we ended up retiring most of them. Like yeah, basically back when you saw the old thumbnails, the old Onion gameplay videos, like during the early phase of the series, we had a ton of characters at one point, but then we retired most of them because season 2 got in the way, and we mainly focused on my OCs. A lot of the characters I had to retire from the series, and yeah, they're basically gone now. But eventually, I brought some back. Eventually, I redid the whole lot of character thing, and then replaced some of the old characters with new faces. But towards the Onion World Toon World series itself, we plan on doing mainline episodes because Boomerang Plus TV is planning to do a plush series, but I'm not really a plush tuber myself. And if you guys remember when I actually did some plush videos, I really sucked at it. Yeah, I definitely really sucked at it. I was basically copying off. Basically, the inspiration, basically the plots are almost every single one that was copied off other YouTubers, like the VHS reaction series. If you remember that series, I was copied. It was basically inspiration. It was basically inspired by 626 for Jen's videos. Now were VHS reaction series, which in turn were inspired by Lucas Gray's VHS openings, where he had plush characters commentating during the opening of the VHS or DVD. I don't really know if I want to bring that series back, considering a friend of mine, Hudson Cruz, has been doing that series, and Joshua Rivley has been doing that series too. But if I ever bring back the VHS reaction series, I might do it differently. Which I actually, because back then it was mainly just DVDs. I barely had any VHS tapes around that time, and since I was more of a DVD collector than a VHS collector, but now with the whole nostalgia craze that has been going on with me, especially towards my VHS collection slightly growing, I might end up actually bringing back that series, but I just don't know if I want to do it or not, since the old VHS reaction series was actually really cringy, and it gave me like vibes of old cringe vibes, like a 13-year-old doing YouTube videos. Speaking of my YouTube career, last year marked the 13th anniversary of my YouTube career. This year is gonna mark the 14th anniversary of my YouTube career. We're just 1 year away from my YouTube career's 15th anniversary, which is gonna be in 2027. And we actually have something big planned for that anniversary, but that is going to be a whole year from now. It's already 2026, and the 15th anniversary special is going to be in 2027. Since I started my YouTube career back in 2012, and I basically, if you saw my old 2020 videos, I did like crappy gameplays, basically filming off a camera and with a really crappy voice. Yeah. Those were the times back then. I really sucked at making videos. Eventually started making grinding videos on Gale Anime. I never shared them publicly though. But I remember making a lot of Go Anime videos back in 2012 and 2014. Before the original YouTube channel ended up getting terminated in 2016. The 2012 channel eventually evolved to being a VHS collector channel. And then basically I was buying a lot of DVDs around that time. I was a DVD collector back then, but if you all remember, in 2016, the original YouTube channel, I think it was called Sticking Around Yes, Story to Explore No. The original channel for the original Sticking Around Yes, Story to Explore No channel was terminated around 2016 for some unknown reason. But yeah, I've been getting off topic for that. But anyways, basically for mainline episodes, we really don't have a lot of mainline episodes planned since we're not doing it as a plush series. We're doing it very differently. But our goal for this year is to like release 4 mainline episodes. Gonna be like a main series for the channel now. Since we've been doing a lot of side series like the Onion Gameplay and the Crazy Story Time that we recently did, and as well as the unboxing series that we're gonna plan on doing eventually. But yeah, basically a lot of we actually have introduced the Toon World as like a side main thing, but we never did any main series episodes. So this year we're gonna start that series. We don't know when we're gonna start that series, but yeah. Basically, if we ever start that series, we'll let you guys know. And yeah. Basically it's just gonna be mainly my OCs, but like some other characters will pop up here and there. But yeah. Basically the whole gimmick of that series is gonna be like SML, Cute Mario Brothers, Plush Brains, and Boomerang Plus TV Plushverse inspired series. Who remembers the Cute Mario Brothers? I love that. I love that series. It was like one of the first plush tubers ever exist on the internet, and they were like the first plush tubers to hit YouTube. Yeah, those were the times. I remember the Summer Fun video. That was like an epic video. Anyways, expect some bits of the Toon World to happen eventually, and an episode will eventually come out sometime soon. But anyways, that's all the announcements for the Toon World series. Now the next announcement is going towards another series that we haven't started yet, and this one might end up surprising you. And that announcement is going to be on CNET Onion Mastery style. Yes, we're actually planning to do this series. If you don't know, Mike's Toontown has been doing a DVD bingo series, and Kermit and Friends does the multiverse CNET. And we saw it. We remember one time, some friends watched some YouTuber host a Simpsons CNET night where they played the Simpsons edition of CNET with a couple of friends. We thought, why don't we do the same thing? Yeah, basically for this series, we're gonna be playing various editions of CNET, and basically we're gonna do the CNET. Basically, if you don't know what CNET is, it's basically a DVD bingo, not DVD, a DVD board game series where you watch a couple of clips and you answer the question based on the clip. And also, speaking of the clips, this is one reason why we're scared of doing this series is because it has copyrighted clips, and we don't want to get copyright claims for that. So if we did consider doing a CNET series, and based on what we saw of Mike's Toontown in that one video of a guy playing the Simpsons CNET with a couple of his friends. Yeah, we don't know if we're ever gonna do that series or not, since we have a fear of getting copyright claims, and the video might get blocked. And I suppose you guys are saying, "Oh, Onion Mastery, CNET has copyrighted clips. You might get copyright claim. You might get your channel taken down. Your video might get blocked worldwide. Nobody might even see your series." We get the point already here. But yeah, the CNET series. We don't know when we're gonna do the CNET series because of the fear of getting copyrighted. But considering Kermit and Friends was able to do it properly, we might end up doing we might actually end up doing this series. But if we're ever gonna do this series, we might have to censor the clips because copyright reasons. We might have to censor all the clips the copyright clips that are gonna be shown because of copyright. But yeah, the CNET series that might have to wait for a bit. Anyways, yeah, the CNET series we don't look forward to that anytime soon since we don't know what to do about it, since we don't know if we're ever gonna do it anyway. But anyways, now that the Seen It series is out of the way, there is another series that we plan on starting this year, and it's based on. And if you mentioned the since we mentioned the DVD Bingo series earlier, well, guess what? We actually plan on doing our own take of the series. Yes, your eyes and ears are deceiving you. We actually plan on doing our own DVD Bingo series. But because if we're doing a Seen It series, why not do a DVD Bingo series? But of course, since there's not a lot of DVD Bingo games that were released, there's like only 3 of them. But how we're gonna do this is we might actually do this differently from Mike's Toontown, but how Mike's Toontown did it. He did all 3 games on each screen, depending on the different player. How we're gonna do it is actually quite different. Basically, how we're gonna do it is we're gonna do one DVD per round. We're gonna do one DVD Bingo in its entirety, and then for the next round, we swap the style of the game. So one round can be the Nickelodeon edition, the one round can be the Disney edition, and one round can be the Thomas and Friends edition. Yeah, those are the only 3 that were ever released: the Nickelodeon, the Disney, and the Thomas and Friends edition. And that was it. There was no Cartoon Network edition. There was no Simpsons DVD Bingo. There was no VeggieTales DVD Bingo. There was no there weren't a lot of DVD Bingos games because they didn't sell as well as how they didn't sell well compared to Seen It. But yeah, since the DVD Bingo games don't have a lot of copyrighted clips compared to the Seen It games, we might actually do this series. But yeah, DVD Bingo is going to be like one of the most ambitious projects we're going to do for the channel this year. But yeah, DVD Bingo, you'll definitely look forward to that. For the DVD Bingo series is something you should definitely look forward to. The Seen It series, you could probably look forward to, since we also plan on doing that this year. But again, like we said earlier, it contains a lot of copyrighted clips, so we might not do it. We might rarely do it, but we don't know when. But DVD Bingo will definitely do because most of the time it's not copyrighted. But yeah. So DVD Bingo, the DVD Bingo and Mastery Toon World style, you should definitely look forward to that. So, anyways, that's the announcement for DVD Bingo here. And now, before we end off this video, we have one last announcement to make before we end off this long video of New Year's resolutions. And that is announcement towards a series we have planned on doing this year, or maybe next year, that we don't know when the time will come, because, Reborn's at the end of the way. Yeah, we have one more series to announce this year, and that is going to be, and that one we're about to announce might surprise you. And this was a series we've been thinking about doing for a long while, considering Inkbee has been doing something similar to this. And we remember the Mario Wario videos, like and all the sort of like But yeah, we've been thinking about doing this series for a long time now, especially since one of our friends have been doing this series, and that is Kaze's Clues. And you might be thinking in the comments right now, oh my goodness, I just doing a Blue's Clues Inside series, I'm so excited! Yes, I know you guys are probably excited, but of course, since we have a lot of plans this year, we don't know when we're going to start this series. But of course, Kaze's Clues is going to be a Blue's Clues inspired series, since Blue's Clues has been a super nostalgic show for us. And it's one of the Nick Jr. shows that we grew up watching. And Blue's Clues was the big moneymaker for Nick Jr. before Dora showed up. But yeah, Kaze's Clues It is a series that might eventually happen. But if we do episodes this year, we might do 3 episodes this year. But yeah. If you know how Blue's Clues works, you already know how this series is gonna turn out. It's basically you find 3 of Kaze's clues, and then we figure out what Kaze knows about, and sum it up. Yeah, basically this whole series is Blue's Clues inspired. Inkby has been doing Emerald's Clues, so we figured why don't we do a Blue's Clues series that is exactly like that. So yeah, Kaze's new clues might end up starting production sometime this year. I don't know. Probably like the first half or probably the second half of this year. We don't know when we're going to start that series. Just like the DVD Bingo Onion Mastery Style and the Seen It Onion Mastery Style. And of course the unboxing videos, which are 4 series we haven't, which now marks, and the mainline Toon World episodes, which now marks it as 5 series that we haven't even started yet. So, yeah. Basically, Kaze's Clues is the last one we just announced, and we just, of course, saved as the best for. It was, of course, going to be the best for last, so we decided to save that for the best for last. So, anyways, yeah. Now that Kaze's Clues is out of the way, that is practically going to be all the announcements that we're going to make this year. But of course, we're not done with this video yet, because we're gonna because to finish this video off, we're gonna recap our New Year's resolutions from last year, which we did not do a video on. We're gonna recap the New Year's resolutions from 2025 in this video. We didn't share them publicly though, because Onion's Concert was a much different channel back then. But sorry if you excuse the burp. I've been burping a lot. I've been drinking a lot of soda. But anyways, we're gonna recap the New Year's resolutions of last year onto this video, which we did not even publicly cover, but we're gonna publicly cover right now. So, anyways, New Year's resolution 2025 for 1, bring back the Onion gameplay series. We did do that in June. We did bring back the Onion gameplay series in June, or was it July when that happened? It was June when that happened. Yeah, we brought it back with the Onion gameplay of the Operation Krabby Patty. So but the next New Year's resolution was bring back the plush series. We didn't do that because we had the fears of it was gonna make cringe like the other plush videos. Like the old plush videos that we did. Yeah, I didn't want to face something like that again. After something like that again. Number 3, do more ringtone videos. We did do that off and on, but I think we only did like one. We did enough ringtone videos. If you see my community posts on ringtone on phone videos, it's now been an off and on thing since I started. Since the phone collecting has started to slow down because personal life and I have been spending money on other things like original Xbox games, PSP games, and stuff for my the nostalgia mania that has been going on lately. I have said before, phone videos are now just an off and on thing, and are now regarded as side videos for the channel. Similar to all the Mario Kart Wii gameplays and the commercial rig videos, they've basically been off and on things. But some of them have been moving to the second channel, which have content that are not related to the main channel content, but basically like a menu walkthrough, capture card testing, some testings, and unrelated videos that are completely unrelated to the Toon World. So that's what the second channel is basically for now. But anyways, the 4th resolution is to start a Storytime series. We did do that in October with the Crazy Storytime series. And let me just say, it did turn out well, but it was exhausting at the same time. But and lastly, for our 5th resolution, start an unboxing series. Due to personal life, we did not do that. And as we said earlier, it is something that we're going to start doing this year. But eventually that time will go on, and we might actually, as time will go on, of course, we have a lot of plans for stuff this year as time goes by. Because then again, time and time again flies by. But anyways, that's basically the recap of all the New Year's resolutions that were going to happen in 2025. And now we basically just summed up everything that we have planned for in 2026. And boy, oh boy, this is like a long video compared to the year in review video. But anyways, this thus concludes all the updates we have plans for 2026 for now. There will be a few other updates in the near future, but we don't know when those updates are going to happen. But thank you all for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to ring the bell if you want to be notified if we upload our next video. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll be seeing y'all soon. And we're gonna let 2026 be a great year for us. So stick around for the next video, so be sure to stick around for the next video, and we'll just have to make sure 2026 will be a great year for us.